Yeah, hello everyone. Very good evening and welcome everyone, all dear participants, to this orientation masterclass conducted by SkillzRevo NASSCOM training partner. Can someone from the audience please confirm if I'm audible to all?
Yes, sir, you're audible completely
Okay.
fine.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
very much. So let's move forward. This particular orientation session has been scheduled to give you all idea, optimum clarity on our most comprehensive program in the field of data analytics, data science, and artificial intelligence. Myself, Arunav Mukherjee, working in the training and admission wing, would like to welcome you all again in this particular meet. SkillzRevo, as you can see on the screen, we are the training partner of NASSCOM, National Association of Software and Services Companies. That is a governing body, the apex body. It's a statutory body under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology back in India. 3,000 IT and IT-enabled services companies are the direct members of NASSCOM. So apart from India, there are other countries as well. In short, 80 countries, in short, beyond Pan-India, where NASSCOM certificate is very well recognized, so that post-completion of this particular program, any program you have opted for, you can take the leverage, you can take the global recognition with the help of this particular certification. Special mention definitely goes to countries that is in Middle East. So NASSCOM is in signed MOU with the Middle East countries, with the GCC nations, Middle East and North Africa. They have been in signed MOU. Dubai International Financial Corporation, Dubai Internet City, DIN. So apart from that, NASSCOM is in well recognition with other countries in GCC like Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Can someone please put themselves on mute? If you have anything to ask, we can take your queries later. Yes, great. So that is what our certification is all about. So we are here to give you all the comprehensive program in the field of data analytics and data science. So apart from this particular program, data analytics, data science, AI, just a quick overview, we have other programs as well in the field of generative AI, agentic AI. If we move forward to other vertical, of course, we have programs in AWS, Azure, that is the cloud section, combined with DevOps, with MLOps, AIOps, LLMOps. We have program in agentic AI, we have program in cybersecurity, SOC, and many other fields to add to our success stories so far. Not only in the domain of academy, SkillzRevo Solutions Private Limited, that is the mother organization, SkillzRevo Academy, that is a branch, that is a division of SkillzRevo Solutions Private Limited. So if we talk about the mother organization, we have corporate training, we have consulting. For corporate training, yes, of course, we have successfully delivered a couple of corporate training very recently. Special mention goes to National Detergent Company, SAOG, in Oman. That's a FMCG-based company where we organized a 6 days on-site workshop where Power BI, business intelligence tools, along with generative AI, agentic AI, how these emerging tools and technologies can help the mid-level working professionals to streamline their daily job, to make their job more efficient. That was the agenda that we delivered very successfully. We have a talent acquisition, that is staffing vertical as well, where we are taking up all the open positions across Pan-India from next quarter, maybe Q2 or Q3 of the current fiscal year, financial year. We are planning to start this activity in Middle East as well. So for all the open positions across Pan-India as of now, for all the IT-related positions, that can be LLM engineer, AI architect, that can be cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, site reliability engineer, all the open positions, we are trying to fill them up with a preference given to the ongoing students, ongoing participants, ongoing learners who are completing their courses on a very religious note. They're given the first priority. And then after that, we are opening up that particular position for other global market as well. Recently, we have also launched our most comprehensive K-12 segment. That's a recent venture. You would be delighted to know. This is for the kids from grade 6 to grade 12 for their foundation level training in AI. This orientation class is the official batch launch for the courses aligned with data analytics. And we have scheduled this particular meet so that you can get clarity. You can meet with your master trainer and you can understand the program roadmap, its key takeaways in terms of further career opportunities. And on that note, we are extremely pleased, obliged to introduce Mr. Upendra Tiwari, sir, as the lead trainer of this particular program, particular batch to deliver. Regarding Mr. Upendra Kumar Tiwari, sir, he's a seasoned Microsoft certified trainer with over 16 plus years of huge experience under his belt in the field of education, corporate training, and project development. He's an expert in data science, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, computer vision, Gen AI, and agentic AI with a strong command of tools like Python, Power BI, Tableau, and Google Data Studio. Mr. Tiwari holds multiple prestigious certifications from Microsoft, IBM, and TensorFlow, and has successfully trained over 15,000 learners and professionals globally across top organizations like TCS, Sonata Software, Capgemini, LIC, as well as premier institutions like IIT Kanpur, NITTTR Chandigarh, and Chitkara University in India. He has delivered numerous faculty development programs as well, with hands-on workshops and real-world projects on topics ranging from fraud detection and customer churn prediction to sentiment analysis and all AI-powered, business analytical problems. His passion has always been making AI and data science accessible, and that passion has remarkably left a significant impact on all the learners across India and abroad, especially those who have been mentored under Mr. Tiwari under the ecosystem of SkillzRevo, NASSCOM, and of course, beyond that. So in this particular batch, there are learners who have opted only for data analytics, and there are also learners who chose a longer duration program, maybe clubbed with data science, maybe clubbed with AI, generative AI. Some participants are already working with our SkillzRevo for last couple of months, having completed their Python and statistics, correct, as a part of their opted data analytical program. And there are new participants as well who, for the first time, going to embark on the academic session where this batch is launched today with the orientation and the academic session. The delivery module will commence from next Saturday onwards. They will start from SQL and Power BI first. After that, they would be studying Python and statistics. So to enrich and to enhance and to support their learning, so we this time have added some pre-learning study materials, as you all know, on LMS, your learning management system. You have been given those pre-learning study materials so that before you join the actual academic classes from next Saturday onwards, that is 9 p.m. IST, those who are participating from other regions, from Middle East, you can check your local time. However, for UAE and Oman, it would be 7:30 p.m. their local time onwards. For Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain, it would be 6:30 p.m. their local time onwards. Before that, please go through a quick brush up on those particular pre-learning that would really facilitate your further learning process for the opted program under SkillzRevo. So that would be really helping you a lot. So I, on behalf of SkillzRevo Academy, would like to thank you all those who chose us as their learning partner, and also to those who have joined this meet as an invitee. I'm sure this session will not disappoint you. Instead, it will give you ample clarity and confidence, and eventually you would get best mentoring and support under Mr. Tiwari. So this particular roadmap has been designed with projects, with executions, with practicals. There will be a mentoring group where 6 days in a week, you can take additional support during our business hours, any topic. If in the live classes, you are not being able to understand, so we are opening up this particular window to give you that particular additional support to strengthen your learning. And of course, the classes will be two-way communicative, and definitely when there is Mr. Tiwari, so you would be having that privilege to talk to him, to speak to him, to interact with him, and to make all your queries completely addressed during the sessions, even after that in the mentoring group. So on that note, I would like to invite Sri Upendra sir to take over from here. The session is all yours, sir, and wish you all a very happy learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Most
Uh,
welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible and I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, yep, great. So, all right. So, once again, good evening, everyone. And before starting today's session, I want to ask you only one simple question: that how many of you used the Instagram today, or the YouTube, or the Google Maps, or the Amazon, or the ChatGPT? So, even on behalf of you, I'm pretty sure I can say that all of us. Yeah. So now imagine this, that whenever every click that you made, every video that you watched, every product that you searched, every location that you visited, actually you generated data. Not in KBs, not in MBs, but I can say here that millions and billions of data points across the world. So, and do you know what? That what is more powerful than the data? And trust me, the people who know how to use it, those people are called data analysts, the data scientists, or the AI professionals. And today, yes, companies are fighting to hire them. And let me tell you something very honestly, everyone, that earlier companies used to depend on experience. Today, companies depend on data. So you have seen, and you would have noticed that Netflix decide what you watch using data. Amazon predicts what you will buy using data. Swiggy predicts what food demand will increase, obviously using data. Banks detects fraud using data. Hospital predict disease using data. IPL team analyze player performances, obviously using data. So even forget everything. I'll say that even right now, what is happening, that the modern governments are taking decision using data analytics and AI. So, dear friends, dear sir and ma'am, one thing I can tell you, that now the data is no longer optional. Data is actually the new electricity of the modern world. Or if I quote the Mukesh Ambani's words, I can say that data is the new fuel. And one thing that here, what is the interesting part, that most of us understand that data science or data analysis is only for coders, or I can say all those people who are very technical minded, or they are the mathematical experts. But this is completely wrong. So even in the starting, I'm telling you that the reality is what, that I as a trainer, you as a data analyst, needs only few things. And what is that? The first thing, that we want curiosity inside you, isn't you want I we want curiosity inside you. Second thing, there should be consistency. And obviously, even in our school days, in our college days, what was happening, if we have to get a good grade, if we really want to learn something, then you have to be consistent in your performance. That means we have to be regular. Yeah. And the third thing is what? Curiosity, consistency. And the third thing is, again, I'll add another, sincerity. Although these consistencies and sincerity are highly related to each other, but if you keep quality, I'm telling you, sir and ma'am, that I'll be happy, and you will also be happy after learning, because these three are only core things. Other than that, everything will be inculcated in the session. And even I have not started this session yet, but still I tell you that what is the USP of this session. The USP of the session is that it is going to be completely hands-on based. Yeah, I know that most of us are basically the working professional. So you'll be getting real time after the class, or somewhere you are stealing these study time from your personal commitments, from your official works. So that's why how this skills revo works, that somewhere we try to assure also that the kind of explanation and example we have demonstrated, similar to this, at least one example you should have worked in the session itself, so that the learning impression will be there in your mind. Okay, so everyone, now let me come to that why this course is highly necessary for you. So only one thing is that today companies are not asking that what is your degree. Trust me, let me tell you very honestly, they're asking that simple, can you solve this business problems? And this is exactly where the role of data analytics, machine learning, AI, and generative AI becomes the game changer. So, this is why I have just made this slide where, what if your future salary depends on how well you understand data and AI? Yeah, it means obviously not, don't trust on my word. Don't trust on my word. Just go and explore on any consultancy website, and you will see that the hot profile and hot salary is actually provided in these fields. Yeah, and obviously that's why you have joined this course. Yep. Now, so just like Arnav sir has said, that we'll be starting our journey from the analysis. We'll be starting our journey from the data analysis and data analytics. Then we will go for data science, where we'll learn the statistic, isn't? Then there will be a machine learning for the modeling part. And then after prediction, depending upon the syllabus you have chosen, we'll go for the generative AI. But I'll simply start with only one thing, that can anyone tell me by unmuting themselves that why do we do analysis, everyone? Why do we do analysis? Yeah, actually I cannot see the masses. Let me, yeah. So let me see the chat. Yes, anyone, why do we do analysis? Or what is analysis?
So
Yeah,
analysis is something which we need to understand about what exactly it comes out of it. Basis we can do certain actionables to improve that particular processes
perfect, sir.
in order
Perfect
to,
answer.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? I cannot deny this answer. So it was perfect answer. Anyone else?
Sir, what I understand about the analysis is required, like where the people are interested and what are their choices. In terms of that, I can say like analysis is required.
Okay, perfect one. And yeah, so even two or three answer I got in the chat. So see, analysis perspective, everybody have said very correctly. Now please make me correct if I'm wrong. So sir and ma'am, can I say that analysis means I have certain questions in my mind and I want to get the answer of this question? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Yeah. So, that is why we do the analysis. And the intention is what? That somewhere, see, whatever business we are running in this planet, actually, there's some business objective. And if I'm not mistaken, so business objective could be what? To maximize the profit, to maximize the sales, to minimize the cost, to maximize the customer satisfaction, isn't? And that's why we do the analysis. Now, just to show that, I'll show you one case study. So it's a Walmart case study, and let me show you. Perfect one. Where is that? Where's that? Where's that? Yeah. So everyone, please bear your 2 minutes and just read this 4 line. Then we'll start. Just read it, then we'll discuss. So the legend says that
I'm
a
not.
study was,
I'm not able
huh?
to see the presentation. I'm sorry.
Anyone else who cannot see?
You just log out and log in. That is your network issue, sir. That's why the screen is not visible. It's quite visible to me.
Okay, fine. I will do that. I
Please,
will do
please.
that again.
Yeah. So you can see that it is being written. The legend says that a study was done by a retail grocery store. The findings were that men between 30 to 40 years in age, shopping between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. On Friday, who purchased diapers was most likely to also have beer in their carts. This motivated the grocery store to move the beer aisle closer to the diaper aisle, and with boom bang an instant 35% increase in sales of both, which is huge. Which is huge, my dear friends. Now, first of all, my question to you all, do you think that this is common? A relation between a diaper and a beer? Is it common or is it uncommon? Obviously, this is uncommon. And trust me, everyone, that your client will always expect to come up with those kind of idea which is unique. And that will somewhere help them out to attain their business objective. Isn't? And now if I ask you why this 30 to 40 years in age, everyone? Why 30 to 40 years in age? Yep. Because obviously, this is the age when people will have kid, isn't? Why between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. everyone? Any guess? Any idea?
So it's a good time to go out for shopping, I think.
Because ma'am, see, it is a time when people will be coming from their office. Yep. And why on Fridays? Because it's a US data. It's Saturday, Sunday's weekend. So maybe, they wanted to enjoy whatever. And that's why, although they went to purchase diaper, but they also purchased the beer. So this kind of correlation is highly needed. This is called as market basket analysis. And see, so when you'll be coming up with this kind of analysis, somewhere client will appreciate and they will implement your recommendation on the basis of the analysis that you have done. Yeah. If you will say that, my dear client, do you know what? If you purchase a packet of milk, you will also likely to buy bread or sugar or tea powder. So they will say that this is a common sense where analysis comes into this picture. So always you will have to play with this data and you will have to extract something. And this is why this is called as data mining. Why this is also called as data mining? Because just like in a coal mining, what you do, you keep mining coal and sometimes you get some precious stones like diamond. In the same way, in this data mining, you keep analyzing your data, and sometimes you get some precious information that somewhere help you out to attain your business objective. And this is why, the analysis is highly needed. Now, see, so when I talk about this analysis, everyone, whether we are going to use the SQL or the Power BI or the Python, the moment we'll be doing analysis, actually we'll be following the 4 stages. We'll be following the 4 stages of the analytics. One, which is called as descriptive analytics. The second one that I'm talking about, which is called as diagnostic analytics. And the third is what? Third is called as predictive analytics. And the fourth is called as prescriptive analytics. So just like I have said, everyone, that analysis means I have certain question in my mind and I want to get the answer of this question. So similar to this here, if I talk about the descriptive analytics, the question that roams in your mind, it is, what has happened or what is happening right now. Yeah, what has happened or what is happening right now. This is the descriptive analytics. Similarly, everyone, when you do the diagnostic, so obviously you would like to do some RCA, root cause analysis. And here the question is that why it has happened. Why is it happening? Yep. And if the same situation and scenario will persist, then what will happen in future? This is where the predictive analytics comes into picture. And obviously, we as a data analyst, we as an advisor to our client, we will not be sitting silent, isn't? We will try to take control on this futuristic problem. And then obviously, again, we will do the analysis to list out some possible solution. So that is the job of the prescriptive analytics, isn't? And my dear friends, trust me that when you would have completed this, your entire data science syllabus is over. Your entire data science syllabus is over. And if you work on the first two stages, your profile will be either data analyst or the business analyst. Okay. Although there's a thin line difference between them also, like when you are taking data, doing the analysis and giving the outcome or the insights to your client, this is the job of the data analyst. When you have domain knowledge of the domain into which your client is working, you are doing the analysis and you are giving recommendation for the action, then your job is business analyst. And if you work on the last two stages, everyone, then your profile is ML engineer. Your profile will be ML engineer. And if you work on all these four stages, obviously, my dear friends, your profile will be of data scientist. So obviously, there is no need to mention that where the salary is less and where the salary is high. But yes, in the same time, I tell you that the opportunity is everywhere. Even compared to data science, data analysis opportunity is high. Yeah, but one thing is there that this data science test, business analyst, data analyst, ML engineer, I have shown you 4 to 5 profile, isn't that you can easily apply for them by having this course. Okay, now if those who have joined for the generative AI also, it means somewhere they will be leveraging this concept to work and to generate something for their official work, for their daily work. Yep. And obviously it means there will be a new role where they can apply, and that is the generative AI engineer. So course is one, and you can apply for multiple profile. And that is why everyone in the starting, I said that I really need curiosity and the consistency. Every session matters a lot for you. Yep. Okay. So that's why I simply, come up with this statistic that what are the different roles are needed. And you can see that these 5 that you can see, that is, you can easily go with our profile, our curriculum. So again, see, one thing I'll tell you that don't rely on my slides, don't rely on my words. Just go and explore LinkedIn, CutShort, Naukri.com, Indeed, everywhere. You will now then start trusting on my words that yes, nowadays this is the one of the hot profile where either you want to, get the job or you want to switch your job. Yeah. So again, so, whenever you'll be getting the data, basically we'll be following the CRISP-DM process for this. We'll be following the CRISP-DM framework for this. And again, what is this CRISP-DM framework, everyone? So this CRISP-DM framework is where basically we simple go with all the 6 stages. And what is that? So somewhere, first of all, we would like to do the business understanding, isn't? And meanwhile, I tell you that whatever concept we're going to work, it is not going to be directly the concept implementation somewhere. First of all, whatever session we will cover, it is going to be taken on what, why, when, where, and how. Every concept. What is this? Why we are using it? When we'll be using it? Where we'll be using it? And how we are going to implement this. So because that until the context is not clear, until the context is not set, so somewhere you will be confused throughout the session that why we are learning this, isn't? So that's why every concept before starting the session, for every concept, I would like to, align them with these 5 key parameters. Yep. And so one stage is business understanding. The second stage is what? It's where you data collect, or if the data is already being collected, then you go for data understanding, where we try to understand each variable in your data. Because see, there are 2 concepts that we need to understand. Let's say everyone, there are 3 columns, isn't? Or let's say there are 4 variables. Okay, one, let's say time in. Another is the punch out, means punch in and punch out. Okay. And now here, the number of ticket resolved. So my question to you all, everyone, say there are 2 guys, one is A and another is B. Say your company's timing is 9 to 6. One guy, Mr. A, what he is doing, he's simple, time in is 8:58 and the time out is 6:05. Another guy is whose punch in is 10:45 a.m. and the punch out time is 5:30. Fine. So these 2 informations are there. Now, this guy A, the total number of ticket he has resolved was only 3. While this guy resolved total 5 tickets. Now everyone, if you have to measure the performance of this A and B, so my question is, will you take these 2 or will you take this one to evaluate the performance of the employee? Please unmute and tell me, everyone.
B.
B, no? That means even though, so when you get the different column, your first job is to see the definition of the variable, to see the definition of the column. Why, everyone? So that you can come to know that out of this, which columns are variable only and which columns are not variable exactly. They are actually performance indicator for your data.
I would request, can you please repeat this once?
So, sir, I was telling that, see, when you are the data analyst and you have to do the data analysis. Okay. Now, so what I said that there's a one term which is called as data understanding. And why this is needed and what we do here. So in this data understanding, basically, we try to understand each variable. Variable means column, isn't? Again, I'm telling you, everyone, let's say this is the data that I have. And you can see that this is into rows and columns. So each row is called as observation or data point or record. Yeah. While the columns are set that as a variable, or they're called as attribute, or they're called as features, or they're called as dimensions. Yep. So now, as a data analyst, what you do, you try to understand the definition of each variable. You try to understand about each variable. And what is the reason for this, everyone? So that you can differentiate that what are the general variable and what are the performance indicator. So that's why I quoted this example. I said that, say, in your data, there are three variable: time in, time out, and number of ticket resolved. And I took one example that there are two employees, A and B. This employee A, his punch time is, and the office timing is 9 to 6. This employee A is doing punch in at 8:58 and leaving the office at 6:05. While this guy B, he's entering into the office at 10:45 and leaving the office at 5:30. But when we saw that the number of tickets resolved by A is 3 and B is 5. Now, my question is that just to evaluate the performance, are you going to take this time in and time out, or are you going to consider this number of ticket resolved variable? Please tell me, everyone.
Number of tickets resolved.
Number of ticket resolved, isn't? So that means these are what? These are the variable which is giving you general information. But if I talk about the performance indicator, on the basis of that, you can evaluate the performance, then you will be taking this as a number of ticket resolved. So this data understanding is highly needed so that somewhere initially you can have some rough picture about the normal variable, the general variable, and the performance indicator. So that at the end, as a data analyst, you can decide, you can showcase to your client about the KPIs of the whatever analysis you are doing. Once it is done, everyone, then the third is what? You do data cleaning, you do exploratory data analysis, or the feature engineering. So why do we do that? See, as a data analyst, this is one of the crucial phase, because whatever data you get, if you assume and if you expect that the data will always be in usable form, so somewhere this is not true. Yep. Whatever raw data you get, that is always, needs to be cleaned. And we try to get some insights from there. And this is the third stage where we exhaustively use as a data analyst. And after that, you get the fourth one, that is the model building. All right. We do the model evaluation where exactly your machine learning comes into picture. Yep. Then we go for deployment. So, sir and ma'am, that is why I tell you that as a data analyst, this SQL and Power BI, they're highly needed. They're highly needed. Why not only SQL? Why not only Power BI? That we will discuss in our session. But yes, as a being of data analyst, you highly needed these three. And the basic knowledge of Python is always appreciated for the data analyst. But for a data scientist, yes, you need to understand that how you can use the Python to do the forecasting and predictions. Yeah. So even I show you one dashboard that one of our we have actually made in our session, and you will feel amazed. So can you see here that this is the dashboard that we have made, and you will also be making in your session. But one thing I'll tell you here, that making a beautiful dashboard is not only the task as a data analyst we do. Until we are not able to fetch the insights from this particular dashboard. So that is why, everyone, our focus will not only be to learn the tool, our focus will also be to do the storytelling, isn't it? That what this particular graph is talking about, which is completely aligned with your business problem. Yep. Okay. Next. Yep. So, as I've said that, see, so whether you talk about the data analyst and the business analyst or anywhere, somewhere one thing is very clear that these are the hot profile and these are giving you the handsome salary. And whatever salary you are seeing, it is actually in terms of lakh per annum. Yeah. Okay, so this is the flow that Arnav sir have also said that we'll be starting with the SQL. Why? Because see, one thing I tell you that when we talk about this data, there are two types of data. One, the structured, and another is unstructured. Right now, for the sake of understandability, I'll tell that structured data means the data which is completely in tabular form, like we have the CSV file or the Excel file. So, this SQL is one of the best tool for data analyst people, where they can simple, fetch the data, do the analysis. And here when I'm talking about the data, so the data which have enormous size, which is, uh, which is basically that have a large amount of data. And obviously, that since we as a human are very comfortable with graph and chart, so visualizing them in the form of dashboard or in the form of, different pages will make a lot of sense in terms of doing storytelling. Because maybe your client is very statistically sound or may not be. But one thing is very clear, that his intention is to see that how your analysis is helping him to raise his business, to attain his business objective. And in that case, when you will be showing with the beautiful graph and chart, and you will start doing storytelling, you will start telling that how this analysis is aligned with their business problem, then somewhere they will start finding the scope. And as I've said to you that if you want to do the things automated, if you want to go to the another two stages, the predictive and prescriptive analytics, in that case, everyone, this Python will play a pivot role. And that is why when you will go with the curriculum, when you go with the content, you have seen that we have given significant and large amount of time to understand the Python. And here, everyone, I'll suggest you, and this is my humble request, that forget about others. If you don't understand, please ask freely in this session. Yeah. See, because maybe that other learner may also be facing the same problem, maybe, but they are not also asking because nobody is asking. Yeah. So there will be two situations. Either the other will be knowing. So if they know, for them it is revision. Those who know, for them also it is going to be learning. So whenever you are learning Python, this is my humble request that without hesitation, ask, and ask. Yep. So then this machine learning and generative AI, so this particular flow we are going to follow. Yeah. But in the same time, have patience. So that, maybe the question that you're going to ask, it may be covered in a, in the coming time. So don't worry. Still, you please ask. If that is going to be covered in the coming time, I will let you know. Otherwise, I'll explain this. But I really, those who have attended my session, they know that I really appreciate asking questions. Because something that gives me confidence that my learners are paying attention very sincerely. So again, there's no need to mention that where this data analysis or data science can be used. So although I have given you the healthcare, the finance and banking, retail and e-commerce, manufacturing, everywhere. Yep. In the healthcare right now, what is happening? That even we're maintaining the lot of X-rays and MRIs data, and although they are the unstructured, they are the image data, still we can do, there are a lot of NoSQL databases through which we can do the analysis. For the financial and banking, isn't, we can have the dashboard that can do the risk register, that can monitor the risk in the real time, that can also, talk about the stock price prediction. We can do about the, fraud detections, customer churn. So a lot of options are there. Predicting the defaulters. So similarly, if I talk about the retails and e-commerce, we can do the recommendation engine. That if there are two person A and B, and A and B both have purchased the item X, B also purchased item Y. So we can recommend this item Y to A also, and A can also purchase it on the basis of the past correlation setup. Yeah. In the manufacturing, we can, through this data analysis and data science, we can predict the downtime. Isn't, we can optimize the uses. In the same way, in the HR, we can work on the employee attrition to increase the stability in our company. Even on the basis of whatever information I have seen on the resume of the employee, on the basis of that, our HR analytics can come to conclude that whether, even though we are giving the salary as per the employee ask in the interview, whether he will join the company or not. So there are a lot of scope, lot of options through which we can leverage through data analysis in the different fields. Yep. Okay. So, yep. These things we will see in our sessions. But one thing is very clear, that, see, why this slide I really covered, because I tell you that when I wanted to indulge myself into data science and data analytics, I tell you that I took 8 to 9 months only to decide, should I dive myself into this field or not? Because everyone, although I'm engineer, but actually I'm the man of biology. Yeah. And the moment I was talking to my colleague, what was their suggestion? That, see, at least you should have a statistic knowledge. And I tell you that this data science is really very tough, because you need to know about the linear algebra. You need to understand the probability, each and everything. And I tell you that I was really afraid that should I start learning it or not. And I tell you, the moment I started learning, the reality was that everything was only, because of the mouth publicity. Maybe that his friend would have said same thing to him, and he simply transferred to me. Actually, this is not related to any PhD or IIT degree holder. This is not only for the engineers or the people who know coding. Yep. And so whatever is there, this is only rubbish. One thing is very clear, that if you have the curiosity, if you have the sincerity, if you have the consistency, you can learn starting from data analysis till the generative AI. But one thing is very clear, that you have to follow the flow that we have decided. Yep. And as I've said that, don't rely on my word. You are also living in the same market. You're also doing your job, and you also know the hype of this field, that how exactly this is needed for us. Okay. Yeah. So even I tell you that, not in the future, even in the today's scenario, what is happening? There are two types of people. Yeah. There are two types of people. Either they are AI literate or they are AI illiterate. I'm not talking about literate or illiterate. AI literate, those who know how to leverage AI, how to work with AI. And they're AI literate. For them, AI is again the man of the another planet. So guys, you have to be AI literate, because AI is not going to replace you, but this is sure shot that people who knows AI, they are going to replace you. And obviously, why I'm telling this, this is why you are here. Yep. So again, this is the roadmap that Arnav sir and I also have said in our sessions. Yep. So everyone, like I have said to you, that we'll be starting with the SQL, then we will go for the Power BI. The purpose is that, first of all, instead of showing you the beautiful graph and chart, let's start doing analysis. Let's start building question first in our mind, and then get the outcome as per that analysis. Okay, then we will be trying to, display that analysis into the Power BI. Yeah, and that the data may be in your local file, like CSV or Excel, or maybe it is present on cloud. It may be present on any databases. So we'll also see that how we can get the data from the web, how can we get the data from the databases into our Power BI environment. Yeah, then completely we'll learn Python to work on the machine learning model using Python. Yeah, so this quote I really like, that data is the new oil, but the analytics is the refinery. So even if you have lot of data in your database, so that is actually a crude oil. So until you are not refining, it cannot be used in your economic. Yeah. So this is all about the thing that I wanted to discuss, everyone. Yep. So any questions from anyone? So I'm open for the questions, and if you have any questions, so I will appreciate to answer those. Yeah.
So will we get all these recordings? Suppose if due to since we all are actually working professionals, and probably there could be someone means due to some important meetings or something that could happen, and because of which he will not be able to join the call or something. If it happens, then we will get all these presentations, recordings, and everything to refer back so that
Sir,
we should not miss that.
within 24 hours, the moment this recording will be populated in our database, it will be immediately transferred to you all. So yes, you are going to get the recording. Yes, sir.
And apart from that, Srinivasan sir, as I mentioned in the chat as well, Monday till Saturday, currently we are having week off on Sunday. So Monday till Saturday during our business hours, any query you have, you can reach out to a mentoring group. Those who are already working with SkillzRevo for any XYZ object program, they are well aware how mentoring group is functional. So additional one-to-one doubt session, one-to-one support classes are always being provided by the team. We have a robust team size, and people are very active. They are all certified analysts from NASSCOM. So they would be more than happy to assist you on any part of SQL, Power BI, maybe Python, statistics, even further, going further if someone is opting for data science, machine learning, deep learning, so on. All these topics, one-to-one doubt session on 6 days a week are also available. So not to worry. We do understand the challenges of the working professional. Still in India, it's still good. In Middle East, there is a time difference as well. Still, we have been managing for more than years. So not to worry at all, Srinivasan sir.
Great, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
most welcome, sir. Yes, Meenakshi ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, there is a question, Thomas sir. Okay, better if we can finish installation during the week so that we don't lose time for action. Exactly, exactly. So it's a very important thread of discussion that Mr. Richard Thomas sir has initiated on chat. Everyone can see in the chat. He asked about the installation. When do we install SQL Server? Although Upendra sir, definitely he can guide you, but actually we don't recommend that. So a trainer with 17 years of expertise, we don't want him to be engaged for a mere installation classes, right? That would kill the time. So instead, please reach out to the mentoring group for the SQL Server installation. Pre-learning
Uh,
section, please.
Adab sir, sorry
Yes,
to
sir.
interrupt you here.
Please, please,
We will
please.
be working on MySQL database.
Okay, okay. In
Yes.
either case, in the pre-learning, we have guided the installation. So definitely Upendra sir will be helping you in the session. Still, yes, yes, Mr. Thomas, Matthew sir.
So one thing I understand, we have to download multiple applications to use it, but unfortunately, like if we are traveling and I prefer to carry only my uh, office laptop, not my personal laptop. So would that be feasible, or do I need to carry both with me?
Sir, it will be depending upon that what is allowed in your laptop and what is not. So basically, I tell you that time to
There
time
are
we will be.
restrictions. There are
So,
restrictions. You
so
can
sir, in
all
that case, I'll
corporates have.
suggest you. See, so basically, MySQL, I think every company allowed. And if you are,
Okay.
if you're using Microsoft Windows, then automatically you can use Power BI. So there will be no restriction, what I understand. Yeah, Python, I will have to check because it is again depends upon companies to companies policy. So you can check that whether Python is allowed or not. If not, then again, sir,
No,
I,
I
I, I just
understand.
wanted to ask you,
See,
sir, that do you can you use Google on your office laptop?
when you say Google, you are referring to
Only Google, sir.
the Google page.
No, Google, only search engine. Because sir,
Yes, I
there's a
can.
so there's a Google collab. So if your IT company allows you Google, so I'm pretty sure, but again, it is subject to the company policy, but I'm pretty sure that they will be allowing you for the Google collab. So in case of Python, then there will be no installation of anything. You can easily run and see the outcome and write the code on a cloud platform. So somewhere it should not be
Okay, fair
obstacle
enough.
for you. Yeah.
Upendra, what I would recommend is, if possible, like right now, as you mentioned, first we will be going ahead with SQL, then with BI, and then, moving ahead. So accordingly, we can also plan, and if required, I can, carry my personal laptop also, because I don't see this a permanent challenge. Maybe it would just be a one-off situation during some weekends where I might have to
Exactly.
travel. So
Yeah, so Mr. Thomas, I tell you even what happened that let's say I have to start this Power BI uh, in the next session. So even 7 days at least or 14 days at least, I remind people that okay, now after 2 weeks or after week, we are going to start this Power BI. So please make sure that Power BI should be in your system. Similarly, when the Python would have to be started, I will tell you that after 7 days in the next week, yep, we are going to start Python. So please make sure that either it is installed or if you cannot do, still we can work on the Google Colab. Because in the Google Colab, you don't need to do any
great.
installation. Everything we work on the Google server.
I think that would take care of the problem. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Till 7th of June, na, Matthew sir, that would be SQL. After
Yeah.
7th, we will start Power BI. That
Okay.
would be 13th, 14th, and 28th and 21st of June. So till 21st of June, only SQL and Power BI. Maybe one class additional might be required depending on the learning progress. That's a different issue, different discussion altogether. But as per the delivery plan, so only SQL will be 7th of June. That is the timeline. We will be working on that MySQL, and then Power BI from 13, 14 June and 21st June. So Python, the OpenSystem that is talking about, maybe Anaconda and environment will be required, or maybe Google Colab, that will be required at the end of June, not now.
So
Fair enough. So
at this
just to
moment, we do
summarize,
not have to install any. I'm sorry. So at this moment, we do not have to install anything in our laptops in order to do the practice or something. We just have to
Uh,
attend the classes. That's it.
Before SQL begins from next Saturday, 30th of this month, you need to have MySQL. So for that, I have mentioned in the chat, please reach out to the mentoring group during our business hours. Team will be helping you. I think in the pre-learning segment, MySQL installation and all these things have been mentioned. If it is not there, still Mr. Ravi, Mr. Pratik, Mr. Sadiq, and other team members will be handful resources to help you out on that. No worries.
Okay, the reason I have asked this particular question is as Arnab, I hope you are aware that the situation at my end, and I didn't got the time in
Correct.
order to go through the pre-learning session and
Correct.
everything. Right, and at this moment, I am also still in a critical stage. I already told you that I was actually coming from the hospital. So there would
Yes.
be a
Yes.
bit of a problem for me, but however, I will definitely try this time to get all the things settled and start doing these particular classes. So a
No
bit
worries,
So,
of
Srinivasan
a
sir.
bit of
We are
a
there
bit
as
of
a team to address your problems. No worries.
yeah. Even
yeah.
let me
Thank you.
show you one thing, sir, Thomas, sir. So basically, what happened that whenever class is started, before that we share a weekly roadmap. Okay, so it was a
Okay.
very uh, I can say that valuable input given by the Arunav sir. So we have followed it, and I'll show you. So basically, what happened that see. So even if I show you that roadmap, obviously in your course it will
If you are
be
sharing
possible.
something, I'm not able to see your
Yeah. Give
screen.
me 1 minute, sir.
I
I'm
don't know
sharing, sir.
about others.
Actually, yeah. So I can show you here that see this is the roadmap. Although it is for the another batch, but you can see that somewhere what
Okay.
is what we covered so far, what's coming up this weekend, isn't? And then what are the mandatory prerequisite that you need to understand. So that means pre-learning, isn't? So somewhere, because of that, what happens that you also get idea that what we are going to cover in this week and what you need to be in your hand. So it gives
Understood.
you a
I
lot
think
of
this helps.
picture
Yeah,
for the coming session. Yes, sir.
this helps.
Yeah.
This helps. This would help.
Okay. So any question from anyone?
Let me just quickly share the screen.
Sure, sir.
So ethically speaking, this 12 hours we have scheduled for SQL. These are the 4 lectures, lecture 16, 17, 18, 19. Don't look at module 2 statistics. So there are multiple programs. Just look at my screen, lecture 16, 17, 18, 19. So for those who are starting for the first time, that would be your first lecture. This is a combined program. So basic of databases, types of databases. So 4 classes on SQL, then Power BI. Earlier, Power BI was optional, but considering the fact it has gaining momentum hugely, especially in GCC regions, also in India, Upendra sir would be more, agreeable on this particular part. So we have
Definitely, sir.
now added Power BI in the live, and Tableau we have provided in the self-paced complementary with 1:1 support. So Power BI will be followed by SQL, 5 lectures on Power BI and 4 lectures. So essentially speaking, total 9 classes, 27 hours that would be dedicated for this particular. I would not say it's a data analytical module. Rather, I should call it is the business intelligence module, which is a part of analytics that would be covered here. I hope that makes sense. Correct. So this is how your learning journey will be designed, will be followed. That is how we have curated under the ecosystem of NASSCOM. So this has been the orientation to give you the clarity about the program, how exactly it will help you, irrespective of which academic field, irrespective of which professional arena you are coming from. Everyone can integrate the knowledge, the outcome, the learning key takeaways after completion of the program. Live projects will be given to you. Those who have already completed Python and statistics and going to learn SQL and Power BI to finish their analytical program, like Madam Pratishtha, Mr. Naresh, multiple Madam Vikita, multiple learners are there. So Mr. Thomas sir have also completed a couple of modules earlier. So now they will be finishing up their particular course with SQL and Power BI. Do engage in the project part. That is one area we have been chasing after all the enrolled participants. Please do the projects. If you do not do the projects, honestly speaking, you will not be able to, deploy that particular learning into the action. That is exactly what we encourage. Apart from that, Upendra sir, time to time will be giving you some short assignments, assessments, so that you can quickly brush up your skill, you can evaluate yourself, you can find the gray areas where we as a team can work on. So please give us those opportunities so that we can also work on your candidature, on your profile to strengthen your learning in this entire learning journey with SkillzRevo and the NASSCOM ecosystem. That is all for this particular program for the orientation session. So next Saturday onwards, we will be starting the actual academic module, 9 p.m. IST, 7:30 p.m. UAE Oman time, 6:30 p.m. Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain time. Pre-learning for the new participants. If you can quickly brush up, it would be good. If you can't, don't get scared. Try to get the installation done. As I told you, please reach out to the mentoring group. Monday to Saturday, 10:30 to 7:30 p.m. IST. That is how we work currently. So installation, we cannot help you after business hours. Kindly take 10 to 15 minutes time, maybe during your lunch breaks. Reach out to the mentoring group. A lot of participants have been doing this way. So we will be more than happy to assist you. Anything else from the particular meeting participants? It would be really helpful if we can get projects before classes. We can do that. We can do that if you want. No worries. We have a huge repository with 125 number of projects for the entire AI domain. That includes analytics, Gen AI, agentic AI, data science, machine learning, computer vision, NLP. But I am not sure how much that would be helping you. In case if you're still intending opting for that. So Mr. Pratik, I hope you were in the session. Make sure tomorrow you mark an email to Mr. Thomas with the particular projects regarding the courses. I can remember he opted for a data science with business intelligence program. So please send him the particular project. No need to thank me, Thomas sir. It's our job. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyone else, or otherwise we will wrap it up for the day. So next week, Saturday, let's meet. Start with the academic session. It was a wonderful experience to meet all the participants, all the invitees, those who have not taken admission. I'm not sure whether this session has been good enough to give you those confidence and clarity. If it has been able to give you those clarity, then surely looking forward to see you in the classes from next week onwards. If anyone doesn't have any further queries, then allow us to wrap up for the day. Meeting you all next Saturday onwards. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good evening
Yeah.
to all. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arun. Thanks, Upendra. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Bye.